I was trying not to get you in the shots.
Well, I appreciate
for the most
that.
Part,
this is my bad side here.
So I did take a little bit of you helping him, if that's okay. If not, he won't put that part in.
I'll sign the YouTube waiver or whatever it is
okay.
you have to do, so, yeah. Welcome back, everybody. The day has come. We're gonna go pick up our block and heads and everything from the machine shop. While we're there, we're gonna go ahead and gap our rings out. He's got the tools to do it that I don't have, so he's been kind enough to let us use his tools so that we can finish up our job. So we're gonna jump in the truck, we're gonna head over to the shop, and then we're going to get everything taken care of there. My top ring at .022. And if I gap my second ring at .024 or .026, that'd be correct. Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know then. Thank you very much. All right, bye now. Okay, he said yes. Just to add that to it? .024 to .026 would be the correct second. And I don't know why they wouldn't have said bore times .006. You know, just what they've done here. So we got all the parts back from the machine shop. We got the rings gapped. We've got all the parts laying out behind us here. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna get the rods on the crank. We had the crank all polished and everything, so we're ready to go with this. We got our King XP Series race bearings. We also got our Manley H-beam rods. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this and get these connected.
And acetone?
Acetone. That's for cleaning. Okay. We've already gone through the crank and felt around it real good to make sure there aren't any burrs or anything sticking up. There's no like cloth pieces or nits or anything here. Feels very smooth. So we should be good to go on this.
Can I feel it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that is smooth. It's going to be very slippery when we oil it.
Okay, so these are the rod bearings here.
Can I cut it?
Yeah.
Okay, on the side.
Yep. Okay. This is a tough one.
I know it's a cool knife. I remember how to do it, but I don't know where.
Yeah. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and get these opened up.
The pistons.
We don't need the pistons yet.
Okay.
Alright.
Is this the part where it's going to get messy?
Could be.
Some gloves. Got a full package. Just 2. And here's 2 for me. 2 for you and 2 for me.
Thank you. Alright.
Ooh, those are nice rods.
Yes, they are.
I think I might need size small. Because my hands are a bit too big for this. I mean small.
There we go.
I need to get those on tight.
We do. We got the little guides on them so that they line up real tight. So we're going to make sure that we have these on the correct direction. For the
For the bolts, we do have the ARP Ultra torque for making sure that we got the right torque, the best torque for what they recommend.
And
We're also going to be using Permatex's Ultra Slick engine assembly lube. So we just line these up. See that little mark right there? See that little notch right there? That's what we're lining up.
that's a neat trick that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the second one. Make sure it doesn't get onto the cardboard.
Okay. Something with this one. We're going to wipe it down a little bit.
Some acetone.
And we're going to put the bearing on this one, and you'll see this one here has a similar notch as well. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. So it doesn't appear that there's any direction that is supposed to go on, but from everything I've watched, when you have the crank facing the front, when you got the snout right here, you want to have the notch on the downside. Okay?
Okay.
So on this one, what we're going to do is we'll be putting this one in this way, and then this one will go on the bottom together like so, and then we'll stick the bolts in. So the first thing we're going to do,
Let's give it some of that brake fluid, I think. That
we're
brake
going to
fluid.
get some of the assembly lube on it first. This sticky gunk.
It kind of looks like jelly.
It's like glue.
It's like glue, but it kind of looks like jelly.
It does. Some technical difficulties. The battery on the camera died. As you can see, we did get the case halves put together. We got them torqued down correctly. Unfortunately, by the time we realized that the camera was dead, we already had the RTV placed on one side of the case halves, and you can't really wait for the camera to charge at that point. So we went ahead and put it together. So now all we've got left for the short block is we're going to be adding the pistons. So we're going to be putting these CP Carrillos in. We already have the rings on. They're all gapped properly. And now we just have to set them in. And we're going to use our handy dandy pin tool that we made and slide these bad boys in there. We've got 1 and 3 here, at least the way we labeled them for our purposes. What I'm going to do is we're going to put assembly lube in the wrist pin hole on the rods, and then we're going to use 30 weight oil along the piston walls of the cylinder. So we're going to start with number 1.
Can I put it? Wait, I'm hammering it in.
We're going to coat the walls real good with this oil.
Give it a lot and lots of oil.
Okay. Looks like we got that really good. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch gloves. We're going to go with the really sticky stuff. I'm going to get down in here. I'm going to get it inside that wrist pin hole. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the holes of the piston as well, the wrist pin hole for the piston. And I'm going to put it a little bit on the skirts.
Scott.
And then what we'll do is we're going to put, we'll do the wrist pin as well. Okay. Enough. A little bit more. That. And then before we do that, go ahead and get these oiled up really good. Ring lands. Okay. Alright, and what we're going to do is we also want to make sure that our rings, our first 2 rings, our top and scraper ring, are on opposite sides of the piston, on the side where the skirt is not at. So, upside down this way.
Dad.
And we want to make sure that we get this thing in the right order. So we need to make sure this thing's facing forward real well, so that when we get it down there to the rod, get these things nice and flat. Okay, Gideon, go ahead and sink it in there. There we go.
2 hits.
Yep. We are in. Can you see this?
Hey Dad, is it okay if there's assembly lube like right here?
Yes.
Okay. I thought that would be a bad thing.
take this clip.
Aren't you supposed to do something with the clip?
Mm-hmm.
Like besides putting it in?
Nope. Now we have it in. So,
Second one. Should give a nice big bang inside the engine.
okay.
So we've got all the pistons in. We've got everything all working in order. Just spin that around for us, Gideon, show them. There we go. All right, short block assembled. We are going to move on to the heads next. And then once we get the heads together, then we will be throwing the whole thing together and dropping it in the car. We'll see you next time.
Bye.